We moved to New York in 2005 to start careers as photographers.
The intensity of a city like New York, ironically, allowed us to focus on healthy living, and that became sort of even more a focus once we had our kids.
It was after the birth of their second son that the financial crisis hit the photography industry, and Rachel, who was previously a dancer, and Justin, a pharmacist, had to look for a new career path.
For me, the light bulb moment came when we noticed the first teeth coming through on Dali, and we went to Whole Foods and we bought a really expensive natural toothpaste, and he just pulled a face and spat it out, and we tried again and he started crying.
And we sort of put two and two together and said, here we are in New York, we can't find anything that our son would allow us to brush his teeth with. And we thought, if it doesn't exist in New York, then it doesn't exist anywhere. And we thought we'd give it a go.
So the couple moved back to Melbourne, and with Justin's pharmaceutical background, they looked at developing a natural kids toothpaste under the name Jack and Jill, a brand that Justin's dad had bought in the 80s but was no longer in production.
So yeah, we basically dug out the old equipment, restored machines.
Got the machines going and made the first 50,000 tubes of toothpaste ourselves.
The day after the first batch was ready was when disaster struck.
The next door factory to ours had a disastrous explosion, and it blew a hole in our factory wall and shut us down for 6 months. We weren't even allowed to enter the premises.
So we'd put all our pennies into that first run, so we had nothing left, did we?
But miraculously, the machines and the product were saved and ready to take to market.
And then we packed up a van and went up to Sydney, and like two little country mice. And
we went to Officeworks, we printed a banner, we set up a little fold-up table.
And it went really well. That first expo, we got national distribution straight away, so it moved really quickly.
After running the Jack and Jill brand from the front room of their house for the first 3 years, the company has now expanded with 20 employees and over 50 products in 50 countries. And now their latest family brand, NFCO.
Yeah, no, it should be consistent, definitely.
Yeah.
Thinking and making toothpaste, we still, even for adults, couldn't find one that we felt was really spot on in terms of the experience of using it and how well it works as an alternative to a traditional toothpaste. So with NFCO, we wanted to make it the classic mint experience, and it also foams, and it's really high in xylitol, so it's an effective toothpaste as well.
With an environmental focus, Justin and Rachel decided to make biodegradable toothbrushes from cornstarch.
So after production, this is where the products are brought in for QC.
And after
Lots of people love the idea of eco, and they want to support environmentally friendly products and brands, but if it doesn't behave in a traditional way that plastic behaves, then they have no patience whatsoever. So that's been one of our big challenges over the time.
Not only is it good for the environment, but made locally.
We like to be in control as much as possible of what we make. Very difficult to do that if you're outsourcing something from overseas. So as far as our brands are concerned, we really value the fact that they're Australian.
Hey, toothpaste nerds. Hello, brush addicts out there.
And the boys are still a huge part of the company since its conception.
We consciously have included our children in talking about the business, and even in practical ways. We take them to expos, we use them in our social media posts.
Yeah, because as parents, we feel like if they can develop confidence and resilience, they're two of the most important things we want them to develop. So we just, as we can use the business for that.
Stuff that looks a lot like plastic is actually corn. Okay, bye. Jagger, you reckon?
Toothpaste and toothbrushes for too long have just been something that you try to hide away in your cupboard.
Yeah, they're generally not very cool. We like
cool things.
beautiful things.